gave it to you and...
No way. You spit in it. I saw you.
Here you go.
No, thank you, dude. That's your tea.
No, thank you, dude. That's your tea.
I'm gonna jack you up.
I'm gonna jack you up.
What?
That was in a very good growl.
Hi there, Derek.
Hello there, Grandma.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
I wish I could express it. If you've never gone through like a custody divorce hearing as a man, you have no idea what I'm talking about. They take your son away from you because you're not being nice to a person who has literally screwed you over.
Which again, BS, but once again, we need to work together, but I'm the one that had to compromise again. Oh, what's going on, guys? Monday morning, so trying to get a bit of work done. I'm off of my normal job today, another PTO day. I've mentioned it, I know I mentioned it last week a little bit in the vlog, but I guess in case you didn't watch last week's vlog at all, or in case we didn't end up including it, I had like 8 vacation days, PTO days that had to be used by the end of the year, or else they were just kind of lost. So I took off a lot of Fridays and Mondays throughout the rest of the year, to kind of have some long 4-day weekends to just kind of enjoy my time with, just to enjoy some time off. So I have today off. However, I'm still trying to get some of my own personal work done, and then I do have my divorce hearing today at 1:30. So it's 11:15 now. I probably got about another hour, and then I probably need to start getting ready and head there. That way I'm there, at least probably 45 minutes to half an hour to 45 minutes early. I will do that here shortly, but just trying to get a little bit of work done. So currently I'm working on some social media posts using ChatGPT. I set up a routine with Zapier, which is kind of cool, where every day pulls my analytics from Metrical, which is an analytic website I use that tracks, analytics of all my different social media platforms, websites, etc. And it pulls that information, brings it into Zapier. Then Zapier uses ChatGPT to review all of that information and then to give me suggestions for social media posts for the day, 3 for each network: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, like based on what's currently working for my social media accounts. So it gives me ideas around that, and then I can take those and I can kind of adjust them or make them more relevant to me, because sometimes, it makes up stuff that isn't really relevant to me. So I can just tweak them, but at least gives me some ideas and stuff to kind of make my post for the day. So currently doing that, working through that, and then we'll be getting ready to head to the hearing. I'm really hoping it goes okay today. We shall see, we shall see. So fingers crossed, get this work done and head there.
Mr. Tea Drinker.
Did you see your Christmas? Did you see the mug you're drinking out of? It's a Christmas mug.
Yeah.
Huh? Let me see. Dear God, thank you for friends. Don't look Christmassy.
Christmas mug must be that.
Hey. Where is he? That ain't a Christmas mug.
We have a Mario mug.
Yeah.
I gave it to you and...
No way. You spit in it. I saw you.
Here you go.
No, thank you, dude. That's your tea.
No, thank you, dude. That's your tea.
Quit copying me.
Quit copying me,
Boy.
boy.
I'm gonna jack you up.
I'm gonna jack you up.
What was that? That wasn't a very good growl.
That wasn't a very good growl.
There you go. That's better.
There you go. That's better.
Boy.
Boy.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. All right. Apparently, he thinks it's just a mild eye infection, so got me some antibacterial drops, or is that what it's called? I don't know. Some drops. So gonna go get that filled. Maybe run to my parents. We'll see. Looks like somebody crashed. I saw a bunch of tire streaks and stuff there, and it looks like they're marking up the road, probably measuring things to try to find out what happened. Doing an investigation, it looks like. They got half the highway closed. Wonder what happened, because I wonder if they would have went over the edge, because that was up on a, going over like a bridge over another road. Huh. Hello there, Grandma.
How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Taking a quick walk in the neighborhood. Chilly this morning. It's like 29 degrees out, but beautiful blue sky, sun shining, so guess can't complain too much. Man, last night was rough. I don't know, it always seems to happen after these court dates and stuff. I guess I just start thinking more and more about like everything that happened at the court date and everything, and I don't know. I still, again, I say this all the time in the vlogs, but I wish I could express it. If you've never gone through like a custody divorce hearing as a man, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But it is just absolutely crazy, the sexism and the biases that exist. Like absolutely crazy the way that men are treated in custody and divorce hearings. A woman can lie, cheat, steal. You guys can buy a house together for $50,000, pay it off in 5 years. She leaves, and now you have to pay her $50,000 for the house because apparently the house is worth $100,000 that you guys just bought it 5 years ago for $50,000 and it has not appreciated that much. So you basically now buy the house twice. On top of that, have to give up half of everything you own, including stuff that you earned or made before you even got in the relationship with the person. Somebody enters a relationship and one person has $100,000 in investments and stuff, and the other person has $30,000 in debt that you then help them pay off, but then you still somehow owe them. And all of this despite the fact that like you guys pretty much make the same amount of money for the most part. You know, maybe you make $10,000-$20,000 a year more, but overall you make more. You lose 33% of your income as a guy to child support. I mean, it's just, it's absolutely crazy. Like, I mean, it is like unbelievable how crazy it is. And then on top of that, you can't say nothing about anybody in particular involved in the thing. I can't say anything specific about like what Becca's done or hasn't done, because then I get my rights taken away as a father because I'm not being civil, basically. And so they take your son away from you because you're not being nice to a person who has literally screwed you over, who has literally done the worst things that a person has ever done to me in my life. But you cannot say nothing about it publicly, or else that's considered because your child could see it, I guess at some point. I mean, he's 4 years old, he's not on social media right now, but he could see it at some point that it then is, you're turning your child against your spouse. It's like, no, I'm not turning the child against my spouse. The spouse made the decision she made, which is what's causing that, but again, somehow it's your fault if you say anything about it. Can't say nothing about any of the judges or magistrates or anything like that. Can't talk about the injustices or the specific cases of sexism and biases that are happening, because once again, then they just take it out on you. So literally all you can do is just kind of generally talk, like I do, about how fathers are screwed in court settings and stuff, but you can never actually talk about any of the specifics, or you once again suffer as the male. It's just absolutely bonkers to me. Anyways, but like literally you can't talk about any of it without you being punished for it, even though it's other people doing this stuff to you. Like it's just absolutely crazy the way it's set up. And not only that, but you go into these courts thinking like things are going to get discussed, but nothing gets discussed. There is no figuring out if one person's right or wrong. And not that I'm saying to try to pass blame. I mean, I think at the end of the day, you do have to put the child and everything first, but also at the end of the day, to allow one person to do stuff and then for there to be zero consequences and to just punish one sex for it just seems absolutely, again, bonkers to me. I just cannot understand like what is happening to my life right now. And then I sit at home all by myself, my kids in another house who I get to see one kid I get to see every other weekend. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can really say about it. The courts and the judges and Becca can do whatever they want basically. And I have no say in it. There is no asking anything I want or anything. I'm always the one that has to make the compromises. And if I don't make the compromises, then again, it's somehow, the way it's like, let me give you an example. So like, just like court yesterday, for winter break, for this year, the odd year, Becca was supposed to have them the first half of winter break I'm supposed to have him the second half of winter break. So that what that means for me is I would have got him Christmas Day at noon. She would have had him Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, plus, you know, the start of Christmas break, all that. And I would have had him through January 2nd. So I took off work, took vacation days for that week so I could spend it with Tanner, hang out with him, all the stuff. We go into the court. She all of a sudden claims that she had no idea that was the case, and she planned them a vacation to go to a water park like 2 days after Christmas. So then the judge tells us we got to work it out and figure it out. And so what that ends up meaning is I had to change my days so that she can take them there, which means the plans we had, me and Tanner, of going to the family cabin are gone. The thought that I was gonna have Tanner for our family Christmas party, gone. So now she gets him Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and I get him days in between all of that. And so I'm out the vacation, and she literally got everything she wanted, and I had to compromise, or else we're not working together. And I'm not willing to work together. Yet for 9 months, I have done anything and everything above and beyond to try to be civil with this woman. But again, none of that's talked about, none of that's discussed. Just whenever there's an issue, it somehow gets turned that you're being the unreasonable one at that moment because you then don't want to give up your time. It's like, it's not my fault she didn't pay attention to the schedule. It's not my fault she didn't understand what she was doing. Like, but again, me and Tanner's the ones that have to suffer. It's just absolutely bonkers. Like, I cannot wrap my mind around it. I just cannot. Like, I just don't understand how this type of stuff in 2023 is even possible. I don't understand how dads have gotten to the point where they put up with this crap, where men just roll over and let their children be taken from them and are okay with it for the most part, or at least are okay with it enough that we somehow allow it to happen. It's bonkers, man. And again, you can't do nothing. And the judges and stuff, they won't ask anything. They will just give the woman her 50%. They will just give the woman custody of the children. They will just give the woman basically anything the woman wants, but then they'll claim that it's the best interest of the child. Doesn't matter what the woman did, they'll claim it's the best interest of the child. And again, I'm not saying I'm perfect, you know, I've admitted on the vlog, I said a couple things about Becca being evil, and I said it wasn't the right thing to do and I was having a hard time with it, but it's like she can do all of this stuff. Never once in 9 months has been held accountable for any of it. I mentioned a couple times that she's evil to her. I text her a couple times, I don't know, 5-6 times. I've talked about it in the vlogs. I mean, I've been pretty open and honest about it. I think it's been like 5 or 6 times. Did I text her like, you're evil, what you're doing basically is evil, yada, yada, yada. I'm immediately held accountable for that and told that if I do it anymore, then they're gonna take all my visitation away from my son. But yet she can do everything she has done, including parental alienation throughout this entire process, and not a damn thing's done about it. And how that is seen as fair, how that is seen as right, makes zero sense to me. Makes zero sense to me. But you talk about a society and everybody understands and everybody realizes that it's not fair, but nobody cares enough to do anything about it. Everybody knows it's not fair, but everybody's happy with the way it is because most of the women benefit from it the way it is. And most men think they gotta white knight these females nowadays in 2023 who are running around being hoes and not caring about marriage. And 80% of divorces are women who don't care about the future. They just care about the here and now. And they only care about whether they're being taken care of or not. It's just crazy. It's crazy where society's at. It's crazy where marriage is at. It's crazy how women act nowadays. And again, I'm not saying it's all women. And I know there's men that act just as crazy. But again, 80% of divorces are initiated by the woman. Women get 80 to 90% of custody. It's crazy.
What's up, guys? I'm sweating a little bit. I was playing some Beat Saber, getting some exercise in, plus just having some fun. I figured I'd get on. I know there's a little bit of the vlog where I was talking to my mom. I know I talked before I went into the court hearing that we had today, but I don't know that I ever actually gave an update. So I figured I would do that real quick before I kind of chilled for the evening. It didn't go quite how I wanted it to go. I still don't have equal parenting time, which is kind of BS in my opinion. And I got in trouble for the messages that I sent her telling her she was evil, which I think is BS because she can basically do whatever she wants. Parental alienation, lie, cheat, steal, all this stuff, and nothing at all happens to her, but I call her evil and, I'm somehow the bad one or whatever in it. So that was a little crazy that I didn't realize it was going to be that big of a deal, to be honest. Going forward, I obviously can't do that no more because, apparently this is not the United States and you do not have freedom of speech. So anyways, what ended up happening basically was things are still the same. I get them every other weekend. We had I was supposed to get them the second half of winter break, but of course Becca planned something during that. So now I don't get them during that time. I get them a different time, even though I took off all that week after, which again, BS. But once again, we need to work together, but I'm the one that had to compromise again. Again, just totally unfair. But apparently you can't, I mean, like my plan was to like talk about these judges and everything. I mean, I think it's right. We live in Ohio. I should be able to express my displeasure with the system, but apparently you cannot do that, or you know, they'll just attack you even more. So, you know, as a father, you really don't have any options at all when it comes down to it, is what I'm learning. Like, I mean, besides just being very vague of fathers need rights, you really can't get into any specifics, or you know, they just will bring the house down on you or whatever. So kind of BS. That you cannot be critical of the judges and stuff, in my opinion. I think that's part of what makes the United States so great, is that you can be critical of leadership and stuff. So disappointed about that, disappointed how they're handling things, disappointed that, again, just, I mean, because I a couple times, you know, called a couple names, I'm somehow in the wrong, but she can do all this stuff and nothing happens to her whatsoever. Who knows, is what it is. This gal lawyer will never talk to me, does never talk to me, but yet she's trying to do the best interest of Tanner. Okay. I'd like to ask her some questions in court, like what, how many times have you actually awarded custody to the male? I guarantee you it's probably never, unless, again, there's some crazy circumstance. And so yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. Anyways, that's kind of the update. Things are just as they are. We're supposed to be meeting a mediator to, I guess, try to, I mean, I think the judge wants it to get to shared custody, but whether or not that's the case or whether or not that happens, I don't know. You know, I guess we shall see.